Out of all the Pokemon added in Generation 2, the greatest of all is the egg. But most people don't know that in Pokemon Crystal, eggs can actually battle. To inform the world, I set out on a journey to use unhatched eggs to beat all gym leaders and become champion. To do this, I would need to navigate mechanics never normally considered in a regular playthrough, all while slowly losing my mind. I'll be catching something called a glitched egg, which is basically half egg, half Pokemon, which allows it to battle. There's two main ways that you can catch glitched eggs: arbitrary code execution, also known as ACE, or using GameShark codes. Arbitrary code execution is basically glitching the game so hard you can execute your own code by doing things like naming the boxes in your PC. Yeah, wild stuff. And GameShark codes, which are similar but use the help of an external device to make changes to the game. I wanted to beat all gyms using eggs, and ACE isn't possible until later in the game, so I opted for the help of our trusty old GameShark. By using a code that allowed me to change my next encounter to a glitched egg, I could catch them as needed. This here is my first egg encounter, and I managed to catch it, and then my game froze. Great. The game crashed as it tried to bring up the egg in the Pokédex, so I got an idea. I could use a GameShark code to mark the egg as registered, then it wouldn't need to bring up the Pokédex and fix the problem. The game froze again. Then I took a brute force method and marked all Pokemon as caught. And to my surprise, it worked! We could finally name our first egg, and I called this one Egbert. Let's see what this little guy looks like in battle, and Jesus Christ! Since glitched eggs can't learn moves, much like myself, the only thing they can do is struggle. This means I have to minimize fighting to avoid fainting between locations. I tiptoed to Cherry Grove, handed my Pokemon to Nurse Joy, and realized Egbert wasn't healed. It turns out glitched eggs not only hurt themselves in battle, but the damage they receive is permanent. And I later found out that when they faint, they can't be revived either. To combat this, I bought some more Pokeballs and filled out the rest of my party. With a full team, I was ready to take on my first trainer battle, Youngster Mikey. I lead with Egg Dude against his Pidgey, as she's one of my strongest eggs. A few struggles and I faint the Pidgey. Egg Dude then gets a hit on the Rattata, but goes down. When switching in, I can't see the levels or health of any of my team, so I toss an Egbert and hope for the best. She gets a few hits in, but faints, so in goes Eggford, who also faints. Then Eggbob cleans up. But this left me with a new problem. I need to fill out my team again. And herein lies our new gameplay loop. A never-ending cycle of single-use team members, kind of like a Nuzlocke, but no attachment to your team, only suffering. Since my egg encounters have the same level as their original encounter, I did the Runes of Alph puzzle granting me level 5 eggs. Another full party, I cleared Bellsprout Tower with ease. I was feeling pretty confident at this point, so I caught an extra egg, saved my game, and challenged the first gym trainer. Yeah, that was a mistake. This dude's level 9 Spearow swept my entire team. At this point, I'm sweating because if I can't even beat the first gym trainer, how am I supposed to beat a gym leader, let alone the Elite Four? Then like Jimmy Neutron, I had a brain blast. There is one way to heal an otherwise unhealable Pokemon, and the secret was hidden in our first trainer battle, leveling up. Upon leveling up, a Pokemon's stats grow, and HP is a stat. If I switch traded my starter into wild battles, I could train up my team while still making sure that all trainer battles were fought with my precious eggs. Well, with 2 level 10 eggs, a level 8, a level 6, and a level 5 egg, I managed to defeat the first 2 gym trainers, fainting 4 of my eggs in the process. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Back to the ruins, catch some eggs, do some grinding. I was finally ready to face Falkner. I challenge him, and after some riveting gameplay mashing Eggleton faces off against Pidgeotto, goes shot for shot and clutches out the win with literally 1 HP. Having proved the egg comes before the chicken, I took the Zephyr badge and headed towards Azalea Town. Before getting there, I quickly made a pit stop at this Pokemon Center to get the Old Rod from this fisherman. This item is super important for this challenge as the Old Rod guarantees level 10 encounters. With my new team, I skirt by the trainers of Union Cave and arrive at Azalea Town. I then cleared out the Rocket Grunts with no problems at all. Just kidding, I had to do so much training that my Totodile evolved into a Croconaw, and then I cleared out the Rocket Grunts. And while training for the next rival fight, my Croconaw then evolved into a Feraligatr. I obviously can't use my Feraligatr for battles, but it shows you how long this training is taking. Before facing the second gym, I trained up some more, and then a miracle happened. Yeah, that just happens sometimes. I then moved on to Bugsy with my 2 notable eggs being level 18 and 24. I had some difficulties, but luckily I could use the built-in save function on my 100% original game hardware to give it another shot. This time I got super lucky with Scyther using Leer, and then I followed up with a crit. After squashing Bugsy, I was awarded with my 2nd gym badge. I push a bird around, get cut, and then pick up some items in the forest to sell, as I'm realizing I have a lot of eggs to catch and I'm gonna need Pokeballs to do that. Upon reaching Goldenrod, I buy some supplies and search for some level 14 eggs in the grass, my new max level encounter. I used these to clear out Whitney's gym trainers, and upon depositing my cracked eggs, I found out that I had already filled one of my PC boxes. Before challenging Whitney, I once again decimated the local wildlife to train up. I needed a level 30 egg to allow me to 5-hit KO Whitney's Miltank, and not only that, I would need to get lucky with rollout missing at least 2 times, ideally 3 times. Well, after 7 attempts, I hit the lottery and Miltank misses both of its opening rollouts. I get some chip damage in and then bring out my sweeper, Eggberry. I get Miltank low and I'm blessed with the 3rd missed rollout. Despite its name, the plain badge is anything but plain in this challenge. Obtaining it allows you to clear the Sudowoodo that blocked us before, opening not just Ecruteak City, but Olivine City and Mahogany Town. These new areas mean higher level eggs, with the best option being hidden in Olivine. The fisherman in this house gives us the Good Rod, which provides consistent level 20 encounters. These eggs are the perfect level for taking out less difficult trainers. Oh, and I got strength too. I used the Good Rod to throw some eggs at the Kimono girls, which quickly got me Surf. Then I threw some more at my rival and watched some dogs dance around. I caught some more eggs to clear the Ecruteak gym trainers and realized one had a held item. Also, my Feraligatr disappeared. My Feraligator's now a held item? Not too sure about that one, but using the power of Arceus, I brought him back from the ether. Eggs are starting to take over my life. But now I needed to prepare for one of the toughest battles, Morty, the Ecruteak City gym leader. You're probably thinking, you have a normal type egg, this should be easy, but that's not correct. You see, glitched eggs not only take on the stats of the opponent's Pokemon when sent out, but also their typing, meaning that my eggs would all be ghost type. This allows Morty to unleash constant super effective attacks on my team while I'm left to struggle. But I devised a plan. Training an egg up to level 36 should allow me to 3-hit KO his ace. If Morty missed a couple hypnosises, or I got good sleep luck, I could take him out. Well, I am very dumb, and after 12 attempts I realized I did not take DVs into consideration when calculating this. Also, the first hypnosis didn't affect me, which I think has something to do with switching an egg in after a Pokemon is fainted, giving it the normal type, I guess. So I went back to the drawing board. And by drawing board, I mean training, for hours. To avoid the misery of Hypnosis and Dream Eater, I came back with a level 45 egg and a Vengeance. This egg defied the type chart, punched away half of Gengar's health, and with one more struggle, I took that stupid badge. F*** you, Morty. I headed to Mahogany Town where rumors of a shiny egg were making rounds. Thanks to Surf, I could now catch up to level 24 eggs, and I used some of these to challenge this rotund ravaging beast. I honestly had no idea this would actually be shiny, and I love it so much. Obviously, I had to add it to my team. Despite how cool a shiny egg is, what happened next blew my mind. This dude's HP bar went insano style. What happened here is a unique problem with the fact that eggs are capable of leveling down. This is because when changing its stats between Pokemon, it also changes the experience group. So technically when it levels up, it will actually level down to the new appropriate level for its new experience group. Leveling down means the HP stat and remaining HP can drop below 0, underflowing its HP value, causing it to go all the way up to around 65,000. If none of that made sense, check out my last video for a bit more understanding on this. I took this egg and single-handedly cleared out the entirety of the Rocket secret base with it. However, keeping it felt like cheating the challenge, so I decided to toss it in the PC and carry on. For anyone wondering, at this point my in-game time had already passed 100 hours. I'm using 10 times speed up through areas that I'm grinding, but I don't think you're gonna see anybody doing this challenge anytime soon. I set my sights on Chuck next, and then I decided I should challenge his gym as well. I used Surf near Signwood to get some level 24 eggs, and then I trained one up to level 26 and 2 of them up to level 27. 2 of these eggs should be able to take out Chuck's Primeape in about 4 hits. I then trained the level 45 egg from Ekritique up to level 47 to change my odds of a 4-hit KO on Poliwrath from a 4% chance to a 40% chance. I don't think I need to explain what happened with the gym trainers at this point. Frankly, I don't even know how I've kept you here this long, but the best time to farm parasocial interaction with the YouTuber is while they're still small, so now would be the perfect time to subscribe. Here's a plot twist: the Signwood gym leader battle went completely different than expected. Thanks to Primeape using Leer and my egg landing 2 crits in a row, I had a full party to take on Poliwrath. This next egg was actually hilarious. At one point it was confused, sleeping, and on 1 HP, and the damn thing put itself out of misery because Chuck couldn't even do it. But yeah, I sent in the second level 27 egg and cleaned up without even bringing in my ace. I could now finally get Fly, and I grabbed the secret potion for Amphi. Well, actually, I forgot you needed to talk to Jasmine first, so I went back to do that, and then I got the secret potion for her. To prepare for Jasmine's Steelix, I trained my shiny egg to level 35 and my ace egg to level 48. A level 48 egg can 9-hit KO Steelix, but if it uses Screech on me first, then it would be able to sweep the entirety of my team. Well, I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but before battling the Olivine gym leader, I got the idea to buy some X items. While items don't work on eggs when you select them from the menus, X items get used on the Pokemon that's already sent out, meaning I could boost my team. My lower level eggs took out Jasmine's first Magnemite and chipped away what they could against Steelix, but it was finally time for Eggshine's debut. I boosted him with an X attack, but it's all or nothing as Steelix opens with a Screech. The first struggle doesn't do a ton of damage, and Jasmine doubles down with another Screech, putting Eggshine at -4 defense. I get another struggle in, and Steelix misses the Iron Tail. But I'm not as lucky the next time around, and Steelix lands the Iron Tail this time. But Eggshine holds on. However, at 10% health remaining, Steelix sends Eggshine to the Shadow Realm. And because of these valiant efforts, my Ace Egg cleans up easily for our 6th badge. Honestly, the 7th badge wasn't very exciting. I just filled my team out, trained a few members, and took Price out on my 2nd try, but our Ace Egg was a little worse for wear now. Next up was the Team Rocket shenanigans, and I was an absolute egg production machine for this part. With the 7th badge, our max level encounter jumps drastically to level 30 just outside Blackthorn City. I threw literally dozens of eggs at Rocket Grunts throughout this building, flying back to Blackthorn after each battle. This took an ungodly amount of time as it's a 15% chance to get a high level egg encounter, but then that encounter could be anywhere between level 25 and 30. I finally made it to the Rocket Executive and realized this dude's a dick, not for impersonating some other guy, but because his whole strategy is literally reduce accuracy, chip you down, and if he can't KO you, he throws a hissy fit and just self-destructs. Like, dude is just trying to make this as painful as possible. We get the basement key and oh yeah, we're on box 4 now. I went back to Blackthorn to catch another party, and I'll spare you the details on all the calculations, but training 4 eggs up to level 35 would give me decent odds at taking out the next rival fight. I was kind of surprised this fight only took 1 try, which means I could move on to the Rocket Grunt part. Yay. Catch and throw like 1 billion more eggs at Team Rocket, and then we finally clean up this part. With Team Rocket cleared, I could focus on our final gym badge in Blackthorn City. The Dragon Gym proved to be very challenging due to our eggs taking on the typing as well. The gym trainers didn't require much leveling, and I developed a simple yet effective strategy. Since Dragon type moves are considered special in Gen 2, I would use an X attack anytime the gym trainers would use a Dratini. And now our final badge is nearly upon us. Before I could challenge Clair, I needed to do some recon. Her team consists of 3 level 37 Dragonairs and a level 40 Kingdra. I calculated a level 45 egg with an X attack would nearly guarantee me a 3-hit KO on her Dragonairs, so I set out to test this. I did some grinding, saved my game, and challenged Clair. Well, I guess her Dragonair has less IVs than I thought, or I gained more EVs than I thought, because it's possible to actually 2-hit KO her Dragonair. This is perfect as I'm realizing a 3-hit KO wouldn't even work since she uses Thunder Wave to start and can 3-hit me. Next, I ran some calculations for Kingdra, and this one's gonna be a doozy. A level 55 egg has about a 30% chance to 3-hit KO Kingdra, however, Kingdra has a guaranteed 3-hit KO thanks to Dragon Breath. A level 57 egg boosts my odds to about 70%, but obviously increases the grind. Ultimately, I opted for a completely different strategy. A level 48 egg should let me outspeed Kingdra, and therefore if I use 2 of these, I could take it down. I think this cuts my training time down as well. With a team in mind, I got to work. First up was Omeletta. Donphans, Skarmories, Glygars, Gravelers, nothing was safe from my ambitions. After some intense grinding, she was up to level 45. As I looked for my next team member, a legendary egg jumped me. I seized the opportunity immediately and added Eggtate to my team. I trained him up to be able to face Kingdra along with his new comrade, Eggenair. Lastly, I added Augustus, who I had to train in a different area so I could box Pidgey. With my team prepared, I faced down Clair and started my final gym battle. And then I started it again, and again, and after 37 attempts, it finally happened. I gave up and went to train some more. I tried again with a couple members having an extra level, and things somehow went even worse. At this point, I just wanted this over with, so I went and trained all my eggs up to level 48. It took 14 more tries, but I finally had an attempt that was looking good. My lead egg got immunity from Thunderwave twice in a row, leading to the first Dragonair going down basically for free. I switched into Augustus as I found I had a higher chance of Thunderwave immunity upon switch in. It didn't work this time, but Augustus does some good damage. Since Egg already leveled down after the first Dragonair, I switch back in for the finishing blow so that I get a level up. Omeletta comes in and is paralyzed and takes a crit, meaning it can't finish the last Dragonair. Egg finishes the Dragonairs and is left down to face the mighty Kingdra. He actually lives on 2 HP to get a second struggle in before passing off to Eggtate. I was so nervous at this point. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to go for an X item or not, and I decided to go with an X attack as Kingdra hits me with a smoke screen. I really needed the next attack to land so I could take advantage of my boost, but I miss, and Kingdra doubles down on lowering my accuracy. And I just keep chipping away, but then another miss. And with a final Dragon Breath, Eggtate goes down, and it's all left up to Eggenair. I don't bother with X items and go straight into attacking as Kingdra tries to make me miss out on victory once again, and with one final struggle, I defeat Clair. I meet her in the Dragon's Den and finally get the badge I'd been working so hard for. I had finally conquered all of the gyms of Johto, so I could now set my sights on the Elite Four where I could finally become champion. There was one final hurdle, my rival. I would need a whole new team to take him on, but lucky for me, Victory Road is a treasure trove of elite eggs. I was greeted by eggs with strength I had never before seen, and I quickly began to add members to my team. I assembled a bespoke team for my rival, one he couldn't hope to beat. It's just the eggs I caught without even training them. And to my surprise, this is all it took. This dude is literal dog water compared to Clair. I literally just spammed through this entire thing. But never mind that, because this is it. We're finally here. And under the immense pressure of the Elite Four waiting for my arrival, I rushed in without even a moment of preparation. And Will destroyed me. But this whole time, I hid a secret technique from the trainers of Johto. A technique even the Elite Four weren't prepared for. A unique ability only eggs could possess. I was like Rock Lee when he takes off his ankle weights, or when Rock Lee uses the Hidden Lotus, or when Rock Lee uses sorry, got carried away there. Undeterred by my loss, I challenged Will again, and upon sending out his Xatu, he forfeit. I then marched forward to challenge Koga, but his Ariados and ninja techniques were also no match for my oval onslaught. Bruno was next, and Hitmontop couldn't help but crack under the pressure. I walked to the next room to challenge the final of the Elite Four, Karen. And while her Umbreon was no match for me, she understood the importance of winning with Pokemon you love. And I love eggs. You see, since every egg in my party had fainted, they were no longer half egg, half Pokemon. No, they had ascended. They had become 100% regular eggs. And because of this, trainers forfeit instantly. No gimmicks, this is actually coded into the game. Lance was all that was left between me and becoming champion. I walked up to him confidently, and with one look at my team, he resigned forever. And with more than 280 in-game hours, I was crowned as the first trainer ever to become champion using only eggs. Thank you so much for watching. This took way longer than I anticipated, so if you enjoyed this challenge, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.